I don't even know what I should say. I usually try to come up with something witty at this point, but I don't think I have
But that's
to this
because
week.
Mike does the like structured
intro.
thing.
I guess I have to be structured this week. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. My name is Kevin, and for some reason, Mike's not here. So instead, we have Harrison from the Game Corner. Hi, Harrison.
Hi, I'm Harrison, and I'm tired. That's my witty Kevinism that I'm saying.
So does that mean I'm Mike this week and you're Kevin this week?
I don't know if that's any better or worse than this.
So if you guys are wondering, Mike is away this week. Unfortunately, cannot make it to the podcast, but we got a good friend Harrison over to help fill in Mike's shoes. But the thing is, Mike usually guides this podcast and structures this podcast. I'm not very used to this. In 160 something episodes, I've never guided anything. I'm usually the one putting it on tangents. So there's only one direction this can go. And
Which will be fun.
It's a complete derail.
Fantastic.
Mike, before he left to go to Montreal for this week, was like, Kevin, please don't ruin my baby. Because this podcast is Mike's baby.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he did. He said, don't ruin my baby.
I'm so glad he said, Kevin, don't ruin your baby, and not Harrison, don't ruin my baby.
After 4 years, Mike knows the man he works with. That's all I got to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, hey, how you doing, Harrison? We're great.
Oh, fantastic. I'm here. I'm tired, but I'm here. I'm so excited.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams?
No.
When you first started listening to this episode, to Pokésports 4 years ago, you'd be like, hey, I'd be on a podcast with him one day.
No.
That's wild, right?
No, yeah,
Crazy.
that's a fair point.
Never thought I'd talk to a fan. JK.
You talk to fans at every event you go to.
I know, like I never taught on this thing, in this thing we're on in the podcast.
On a microphone.
Yes, on a microphone.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You really are so tired.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard. I am totally, every bit of me that is available is right here for you.
All right, before we get started with the podcast, Harrison, do you want to tell them what you do and who you are? How we met?
So my name is Harrison, as you said. Okay, back in 2019 when Sword and Shield came out, yeah. Yes. I was like, I'm going to dive into competitive Pokemon. And I was searching the internet, and I think I found y'all on Reddit. Y'all like posted on RVGC or RStunfist, one of the two. And I was like,
both.
Probably both, but I found you on one of them. And I was like, oh, Pokésports, that's a cool name. I'm gonna go check them out. I found y'all, and I listened to. I think at that point, y'all were like 4 or 5 episodes in. It was around like December.
We just started, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I listened to all your stuff, like your pre-Sword and Shield. Like you had one pre-Sword and Shield episode, and then all the way through whatever was the December episode at the time. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll check them out. Join the Discord, say hi. And y'all were putting out. I think at that point you at least had started your videos. Like
we
your
started in
uploads.
January. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
we originally started with putting podcasts on the YouTube, and then we realized, hey, this doesn't really get traction. So then we started doing competitive battles. Like, let's just, because we both used to do competitive battles earlier,
right?
So we were like, let's just see what happens when we do this again.
Okay, so that's what it was. Then I think the draw was I joined the Discord, and y'all were like, hey, we're gonna run a tournament for patrons, trying to grow your Patreon base. And I was like, I'll join Patreon. Sure, I'll throw y'all a couple bucks. Y'all seem cool. I like your podcast so far. Little did I know, I was like the 3rd patron, which is great. And then 4 years later, here I am.
4 years later, great friends, great times.
Yeah.
Now,
met y'all in person for the first time in Orlando.
Which was this year, which is wild. We've been talking for 4 years, and we met because of live events and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, right. Let's see, because we have I joined the Discord. Oh, we made a Discord. A bunch of us who
the day oneers.
The day oneers. Yes, we made a Discord to prank y'all for one of the lieges y'all were doing, one of the early ones.
Oh yeah, when you guys butchered your teams. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys ruined our stats. I remember that. Yeah, that was a prank, sure.
Well, I mean, it was all. Let me see if I still have. I do still have this. Hold on.
No way. You still have that team?
Not the team. Well, I have a screenshot of the paste, the not Pokepaste, the rental code that we made for this, and it was all Pokemon. We tried to pull from like Pokésports lore to make this team.
Also, like what? Noctowl and
Excadrill, Togekiss.
A bunch of Pokemon we hate. Yeah.
I don't remember why, but we had Ribombee and Torkel, and then of course we had Gigantamax Pikachu.
Oh no, Mike! This week no soundboard. Everyone, I'm so sorry. He'll probably go full blast with the soundboard next week or something.
Or put it in post, like just random.
Yeah, it depends how much Mike wants to work after editing this. Point. Depends how much of this Mike actually listens to. I guess we'll find out.
Oh no. Yeah, that was fun. We did that. And that's where we were talking in the Discords, the 2 Discord servers we had. But yeah. Met y'all in Orlando for the first time in person this year. And then we had seriously spoken like in a voice call on the Game Corner.
Yeah.
I think was one of the first times y'all actually had a like lengthy conversation.
And I'm going to take complete credit for giving you the idea to start a podcast.
You know what? That's fair. You can have complete credit for that.
All mine.
Sure.
So I have a 5% revenue share of the Game Corner podcast. So everyone listening to this should also make sure to check out the Game Corner podcast. You are indirectly supporting Kevin and my ego.
Mainly his ego.
Mainly my ego. Yeah. Do you guys have Patreon? You do have Patreon. What do you guys do there? Anything fun?
So we just decided... Yes.
Just 5 minutes ago, yeah.
Literally like 2 hours ago at this point.
Wow.
3 hours ago. Literally, we were talking about, it's on, let's see, this comes out Wednesday. Tomorrow, our episode comes out where we talk about Captain's Corner.
Oh.
Which is going to be our less tasteful, more... have Sheldon talk about random war stories.
Listen, you gotta explain to people who Sheldon is.
Yeah. Captain Nova, Sheldon. Okay. Wow. Take a step back. Game Corner. 3 of us. Three of Pokésports patrons. Myself, Rowan, and Sheldon. That's my other co-hosts. There we go. That's all they get. But Sheldon is like a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone like on tours and whatnot.
Sheldon is a war, yes.
I was gonna say war vet, which I guess is technically true. I think maybe, but he's been on tours nonetheless. And the story behind Captain's Corner, we've talked about it briefly before, but in Knoxville, after day 1, after the tournament, there was some post-tournament evening shenanigans happening. That involved Mario Kart and beer.
Oh, I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, beer Kart. And Sheldon just started going off, talking about stuff, and pounded so many beers. It was wildly impressive. But that gave us the idea of we should make this into content.
Okay, so if you
want charge people for it,
if you want the Game Corner experience, listen on YouTube or podcast. If you want the Game Corner PG-13 experience.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Patreon. Got it.
Maybe a little higher.
Maybe even further.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We haven't recorded that yet. Obviously.
Okay.
But we've
coming soon.
Coming soon. We've been joking about it for longer than we'd like to admit. But that's going to be our first bit of patron content that we don't really want to put anywhere else.
I'll make sure to repost it to YouTube. Anyway.
Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
There's a couple of laws you're breaking there, Kevin. Demonetized instantly. Anyway, I promised to get us back on track. That's Harrison. That's what he does.
Hello.
We're going to be talking about actual Pokemon news today. A lot of competitive Pokemon news. A couple things that you guys can look forward to. We're going to be talking about NAIC. We're going to be talking about our teams that we're going to be bringing to NAIC. And also about the DLC, because there was some stuff released about the DLC that is somewhat competitive that I want to kind of glaze over. The first interesting thing is that, hey, Okidogi, Monkey Dory, Pheasantipity all have a very cracked ability.
On top of the cracked names, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Every time I look at those names, I'm like, this is good names.
I will die on this hill. Scarlet Violet has the best names in Pokemon history.
Sure.
You release Okidogi and Lechonk in the same generation.
It's a
amazing.
Win.
It's a win. There's no better names.
Yeah.
And if you read the German names, Delphinator, amazing.
What's Delphinator?
Palafin. Delphinator.
That's Palafin?
Yeah. It's like Terminator and Dolphin. It's Delphinator.
I love this. This is amazing.
Nah, those are amazing. Yeah, okay. Okay, Toxic Chain. That's the ability that it gets. So the cool thing about it is that I think it's every time that the user hits another opposing Pokemon with the move, there's a 30% chance, or I guess the percentage isn't disclosed, but it's probably 30% because it seems like it's poison touch,
poison
but
point?
better.
Yeah, or poison touch, whatever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a chance to badly poison. Not regularly poison, badly poison. That's wild.
Does Poison Point, or whatever that one is, does that require contact?
Yes, it does require contact.
But
this
I think
doesn't.
this one does not. Yeah. Okay.
No, it doesn't. Any move. It says any move at all.
Anytime
so this is
hits.
just like poison touch, but infinitely better.
Right.
If you guys are unaware what the difference is, I guess it's worth mentioning that I think poison takes 1/8 right off the bat, while badly poison takes 1/16, then 1/8, and then consistently gets higher and higher.
Right.
So gross. And it definitely does put a damper to a lot of the tank meta that has been running around nowadays with like super hard balanced teams with things like Tinglu and things like Wochen and Pokemon like that just kind of live forever. Iron Hands.
Mm-hmm.
What this will do is it'll just speed up the game that much longer. And it also promotes using it at the same time, because it's always weird, right? Toxic stops stall, but also promotes stalling on your side.
Right.
Because
yes.
what you can do is just like Leech Seed them, protect with Wochen, Leech Seed them, protect, Tinglu, protect, just keep lowering their stats to the point where they just lose their health infinitely. You add a Garganical to the team, they're now getting Salt Cured and Toxic spammed at the same time.
A nice way to, like you said, speed up the game, but make stall itself faster.
Yeah,
if done
weird.
well.
It's a weird thing. I think this will change the game. I don't know when they'll be legal or when their stats are going to be released. We don't even know what typings they are. But
I imagine
they are poison.
they're poison type.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of my guess. I think they're all poison type, at least. I don't know what the secondary typing is. They haven't released a secondary typing. It could just be grass, water, fire, but that's boring, and I hope it's not.
I was gonna say because the coloration looks like grass, water, fire, right? Like
I really
one's
hope
green,
it's not.
one's
Yeah.
blue, one's red. Oh no!
So fire poison. Okay, fire poison. We have that already. That's Salazzle. So hopefully Pheasantipity is a lot better than Salazzle. Grass poison. We have too many of those.
Yes.
Venusaur, Victory Bell, Vileplume, Amoonguss, Okidogi, water poison. Okay, Toxapex.
Toxapex.
Not Okidogi, Monkey Dory.
Monkey Dory.
Toxapex. Yeah.
And what? Quillfish.
Sure. I hope you're better than Quillfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the only two. No other ones. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. The other thing that the trailer kind of showed us too is a bunch of new returning Pokemon that are officially confirmed. Yes, there are leaks online that do show what is coming back. No, we will not be talking about it. What we're going to talk about today is only what was shown in the trailer. So no spoiler warning needed unless for some reason you haven't seen the trailer yet. The teal mask, which is the first one. Also, sorry, going off on a tangent already. This
Didn't last long.
it didn't last long at all. This DLC package, the part 1, part 2, is called
Yes. The Treasures of Area Zero.
Neither DLC takes place in Area Zero, so I'm confused.
Why have I not realized that until this moment?
One takes you to the Blueberry Academy, which is
Which is out in the ocean, right?
it's like a terrarium. You go under the water, and then there's like
Okay, but that looked really cool.
That's really cool. I'm down for that.
I'm super excited for that. It looked super cool when they showed that off. Like, they didn't really show a lot of story stuff in the DLC, it seemed like. But like when they showed that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I can't wait.
It's a terrarium that just goes from like desert to snow, and then just a line dividing
there's
it.
some blocks in the way, and that's somehow the climate fits there.
And then the other one, the teal mask, you go to like some other place. Like you're on a field trip, right? Is that what they said?
To like a mountain region, kind of like
it's got to be like Mount Fiji, right? That's the theme, because it's definitely Asian. Yeah,
something like that. Let me see. School trip to the land of Kitakami.
Okay,
wherever that is.
So yeah, where's Area Zero coming in here?
I mean, Terra. I'm gonna mess this up. Terra the turtle. What's it called? Tarapagos. I was trying to put too many syllables in there. Tarapagos. The theory is clearly have something to do with terrestrialization.
Yeah,
which like stems from Area Zero. So like, I imagine the story goes deep into like Area Zero lore.
Ooh, what if Tarapagos just kind of like, you go into Area Zero, you hit a rock or something, Tarapagos spawns from the heavens, just transports you somewhere. Because I don't know if you've watched the Pokmon anime yet.
I want to. I've not.
Okay, yet. the new one with I forgot her name already, but the not Ash one.
Yeah.
There's a Tarapagos, or the baby one that we still don't know, Smolagos. Tarapagitos.
Tarapagitos, there it is. Got it in one.
There's a moment where there's like a big aura that opens up and kind of freezes time or something. So it has some kind of time element to it. Maybe just teleports you.
Just a legendary Pokemon.
Anyway, there's some returning Pokemon. There's some returning Pokemon that are gonna be coming back. The teal mask has currently confirmed, and I'm only gonna mention competitively viable ones because ain't no one want to talk about Furret. But we have things like Ninetales coming back, which they only showed us Cantonian, but
can we presume the other forms are there?
Absolutely. Right? There's no way it's not. Because at this point, especially once Home is out, right? Because Home is just Dex number. So if you have one, you have the other.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, hey, we get to actually have Alola Ninetales back, which is
very exciting.
We actually have a good
snow setter.
The best snow setter, right? There's no like legendary version of it, which I think is a missed opportunity, Game Freak. Why don't we have restricteds that set snow and sand? Like, why is that not a thing that we haven't done in 25 years yet?
Because they missed the weather trio. It should have been the weather quintuplet.
The thing is, like,
nope. One more, whatever. 5 is not quintuplet. Anyway, go on.
The thing is, it's 1 a.m. Kyogre and Groudon were introduced so long ago. And the fact that all of this time, Game Freak was never like, let's just introduce new weathers or new weather setters.
They added a love genie before they added the other weather setters.
They added a second drought user before they added the other weather setters.
Yep.
They gave us another one.
So, yeah, missed opportunity. Snow Legend and Sandstorm Legend. Let's go.
And honestly, Koraidon and Miraidon kind of fit the vibe. I could imagine Koraidon to set sand. I can imagine Miraidon to make it hail. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I don't know why either.
One is purple. Water is a shade of purple, which is blue.
You know, Yes.
I'm trying.
Keep going.
Anyway, we have a fast snow setter. We have Aurora Veil, which is great on Alola Ninetales. Not only that, Alola Ninetales now gets a 50% boost to its defense, making it tankier in general. Nothing but wins here for Alola Ninetales.
Absolutely.
Regular Ninetales, use Torkel. Also, we have things like Snorlax, which gets to be a very nice Trick Room sweeper. The thing that I'm a little bit sad about is that Snorlax wasn't released earlier, because Snorlax is getting released after Ursaluna is released.
I was going to say, Snorlax is a worse Ursaluna. Ursaluna, if you would.
It's worse Aluna. I mean, that is true and not true, though, because like if you get the belly drum up, then technically you are stronger than Ursaluna.
It definitely, I can see them having their own niches, but I think like
less set up with
toe to toe, you're gonna have an Ursaluna win out, I think.
Yeah, that's a big sad there for Snorlax. I mean, there were like some yawn curse Snorlax sets and like some Series 12 nonsense back in Sword and Shield, so maybe, I don't know. There was also no Ursaluna back then.
And Snorlax doesn't get its berry tree in this gen either. Gigantamax.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Can't regen your berries.
Nope.
Big sad for Snorlax. Gliscor, that's not really a VGC mod.
I was gonna say, I don't know what it does in VGC. It's singles though,
It's
right?
a singles mod. It gets things like Toxic Heal. And I was thinking that if Okidoki, Monkidori, and Pheasantipity all become very useful, I mean, that might be a pretty decent way to deal with them. Has the flying type for the presumably grass type Okidogi, and has the ground type for the presumably fire poison Pheasantipity. Can't get poisoned by them. You just kind of sit there and not care. It probably won't be used, but it's a Pokemon worth mentioning. It'll probably be used in singles specifically.
Yeah, I can see that.
The other thing that
this is the big thing.
Yeah, this terrifies me.
I'm so excited.
Ways.
I'm so excited.
Milotic is back.
Yes,
and not, which is already great. Milotic is a great competitive user. Great way to deal with things like Landorus and Incineroar.
Yep, very excited for it.
But in the trailer, there was an animation of it using Scald.
Oh, it was so beautiful to see. Scald has been missing in this game. I almost exclusively, actually, I have exclusively played rain teams in all these events this year because I'm a one-trick Ponyta.
I played Hard Trick Room, so I get it.
Fair enough. But they're like Scald, the absence of Scald this gen has just opened up a void. There's no special water type move in that base power range that Scald left. And no, Chilling Water does not replace Scald in any way, shape, or form.
Neither does Hydro Pump.
And Hydro Pump does not either. No.
And so, in singles, you could still use Surf, though. So singles players probably won't feel this as much.
Right.
But in doubles, you can use Surf, but you're going to hit your friends.
Yeah, it's sad Surf. My hope for Scald is that it does actually come back. People are having discussions online. Does it actually come back, or is it just Game Freak reused animation that they had in their back pocket and whatever? Who knows? I hope it comes back. I hope its burn chance is a little reduced and nothing else changes.
The thing is, Scald technically exists already. It's actually the burn chance won't get reduced because Volcanion has it.
Right.
So Scald is identical to what it will be.
I forgot about that.
That's how people know that animation is Scald, because Volcanion is in the game. It is in the game through home, and people can use Scald with Volcanion. So there's like 3 potential theories as to why Milotic was seen using Scald. One of them is move tutors. That's like the most prevalent one. It's like the DLCs will have move tutors. I think we could all assume that DLCs will have move tutors because
just like the last ones.
Yeah, we're gonna assume that this is just gonna be a carbon copy of whatever we just did last time that made them a lot of money. Yep. So it could be that Skull is the move tutor, which opens up a new book of worms. It means that, hey, we might live to see a day where Iron Bundle gets Skulled, and I'm terrified.
That would be scary in a good way.
That would be very scary in a good way, except that it would invalidate every other water type in the history of Pokemon. It's like, oh, okay, if you're not using Bundle, you're trolling.
That's very true.
The other thing that could happen is that maybe Milotic learns it like a level up move the same way Volcanion does.
So it'd be exclusive to Volcanion and Milotic.
Which seems weird to me. Yeah. That's why I don't think that's going to be it.
I don't think that's it.
Unless Scald is for some reason a Milotic exclusive. When did Scald come out? Was it Generation 3? Was that a thing that Milotic was just always able to get?
Scald. Pokemon.
I know it wasn't like a Gen 1 move. It definitely wasn't a Gen 2 move. It might be like a Gen 4 or 5.
Gen 4. Yeah.
Okay, so... Oh, what if it was a Milotic exclusive to Cynthia's Milotic? Hold up. You never know.
Could be. There's so many Pokemon get Scald.
I'm pretty sure Cynthia's Milotic got Scald though. But probably not.
That could be it.
The other thing that people are saying could be possible is that this is just Ice Punch Blaziken all over again. Do you remember? Oh, were you not around? In Gen 7,
okay,
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon,
yes,
the trailers for that game showed a Mega Blaziken using Ice Punch, but it never got Ice Punch.
It got, okay.
Yeah, so they were just like smacking animations together and then just sending it out.
So, yeah, out of all your possibilities, I mean, that one is quite likely.
Because they've done it before, yeah.
And it makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that. I mean, I played Gen 7, just not competitively, and I wasn't in the scene. But I was like, and I'm sad I didn't notice that or know that until now.
The other thing that's possible, the fourth thing, is that, hey, that's what they plan on now, and then they change their mind later. Like when the data mine came out that the Tapus got Expanding Force and Grassy Glide, and then they came out and they just didn't.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So we got to wait and see. If Scald's coming back, I think that's a great time for water types. I think water types have very much gotten nerfed this generation.
Yes.
Did they need it? I don't know. But I do kind of miss having reliable water types on my teams, especially with how bulky they are.
But just a reliable special attacking water type.
Yes.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
And hey, if Milotic has to rely on Hydro Pump, yikes. And anyway, we also got some Indigo Disc confirmed returns. Biggest ones for me, Whimsicott. Easily Whimsicott.
I'm so excited.
Biggest one. Whimsicott does everything.
Whimsicott.
Oh yeah, there it is. Watch the video version on YouTube. So yeah, Whimsicott is kind of... I like the way they did Tailwind this time around. A lot of people are controversial about what they ended up doing, but I like that they introduced them slowly. I like that they forced us to use things like Talonflame and like Murkrow in order to get priority Tailwind out. And then they released, here's a little bit of a Tornadus. We'll give you the good one in a couple of months. Make sure to buy our DLC. So, so yeah, it's going to be the Tornadus versus Whimsicott war again. In the end, I do think Whimsicott does a lot more than Tornadus does, but Tornadus hurts a lot more than Whimsicott does.
Tornadus has the damage output, right? If you want just support, then sure, go Whim. If you want damage, you're probably going to go Torn, unless you really need that Moonblast.
With the Bleak Windstorm and stuff like that, yeah. But
because the new Storm moves, I forgot about that.
Yeah, if you're a Rain, you probably still go Tornadus. Like,
absolutely.
If you're going, you don't go Whim.
No.
The cool thing, though, that I think we are first getting a little bit of experience. I don't know how much you played Regulation D.
I haven't yet.
But Tornadus, the exclusive item on Tornadus is pretty much always Culver Cloak, which is wild. It is so dang strong. Just having a priority Tailwind setter that can't get fake outed and just doesn't care and can live it because you have legendary level stats.
Right.
That introduces, hey, you can make a bulky Whimsicott with Covert Cloak, have the sash on somebody else. And you know what else Whimsicott gets? Beat up for Annihilate. And it's faster than Mousehold. And can speed up Annihilate and make it faster than the enemy team.
Ooh, how do you say we have Mouse Ape? Do you say Whim Ape?
We have Annihilcott.
I don't like that one.
don't know.
I'm gonna go with Whimape. Thank you very much.
Whimsy ape, whimsical ape.
Whimsy ape. Maybe
Other
that
Pokemon.
one.
Other Pokemon we got. We have things like Executor.
I am excited. So the trailer only showed this same thing as Ninetales. Trailer only showed tall Executor. Alolan.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
But like we can presume that you can get normal just the same.
So you get Chlorophyll, another fast sleep powder user.
Yep.
The cool thing about Executor specifically is that Executor can kind of function inside and outside of Trick Room, which works very well with Torkel. Kind of gives you that option. Because you can set Trick Room for Torkel. You don't have to lead with it, right? You could set Trick Room for Torkel, finish off the Executor, use it as like a fast sleep powder user, or just use it as the Trick Room setter for the Torkel whenever the Torkel decides to come in. You have that speed control option.
You have a lot of options then.
Mm-hmm.
You have very dynamic options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Also, we get a Metagross.
I'm excited for Metagross. To see Metagross come back. I think with Terror, that'll be really fun.
Terra Fire Metagross, baby.
Yeah.
I think that's the way.
It'll
Pretty sure that's the way.
It'll be very fun.
It's a fun one. Chinchino, I put on this list, not because I think it's going to break the meta or anything, but because I have a feeling that with normal Terra, you can make something happen. It does get Technician. And if they're going to give Population Bomb to other Pokemon, for some reason, I think Chinchino would be the one.
The other one that'd get it. Sure, I can see that.
I don't think it has much of a population to throw at you, but...
Yeah, are we saying that because they're both just
normal rats?
Small rodents? Yeah.
The thing is, like, a Population Bomb, for some reason, gets boosted by Sharpness, which leads me to believe that they plan on using this move on other Pokemon. Like, why else would you give it that, right? If it's going to be exclusive to just one.
That's a good point. Yeah, I see. That's a good sleuth in there.
Because moves typically start off as exclusive to one and then get added to others later.
Right.
Like Darkest Lariat was Incineroar's thing until everyone else got it the next generation.
Right.
As like a TM or a TR. So I put it on this list. We have things like Reuniclus, nice little Trick Room setter. Don't know how good it'll be in VGC. There was a time in Sword and Shield where Gigantamax or Dynamax Reuniclus actually did very good work with what was it? The Max Guard Trick Room next to
the
Riolu.
Yeah. So the copycat.
Yeah.
Trick?
Hatterene would do it, but Reuniclus was also another user of it.
Gotcha.
Meowstick is fun. Another Prankstermon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wrote Flygon because people like it. Don't think it's good
Flygon. It's not going to be good, but I want to try it.
Yeah.
I've liked Flygon since Gen 3. That's what it was.
It always felt like it's a lot cooler than it actually is. Once you look at the stats, you're a little sad about it.
Well, yeah, it's like got legendary or pseudo legendary design, but like that's it. No stats to back that up. It's sad.
It's extra funny because it's like Trapinch technically does more damage than it because of what is it? I think Trapinch has like one of the highest attacks. What? It might even have higher attack than Flygon, which is just funny to me.
Wait, is this for real?
So I remember Eviolite Trapinch was actually a Trick Room thing back in the day. Yeah, it's base 100 attack and only 10 speed and gets things like Sheer Force. So you could Sheer Force Life Orbit and boost it even higher.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Trapinch does more damage than Flygon, folks.
Oh, it has the same attack.
Yeah, but it gets Sheer Force.
With Sheer Force, though, that's a
a little guy does a lot. It hurts.
This little dude.
Beautiful.
I love and hate this.
That makes all Flygon lovers a little bit more sad. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we got going for the DLC.
Fun returning Mons.
If you guys are excited with any of what we just said, let us know down below in the comments. Speaking of excitement, we got a shiny Gimmighoul thing happening until July 2nd.
Which is by far one of the rudest things that Game Freak has done to us.
It's so mean. It's the same thing. The only thing that changes are like the lines. That's it. And it's like a shade darker.
Is it just the lines? I thought, yeah. The chest is a different shade, right?
The what?
The chest.
I'm talking about Gold and Go. Like,
yeah, because it's just the lines around the eyes, right?
yeah. It's like the smallest little thing.
If they made him silver coins, that'd be so cool.
Silver
Rose Surfer.
gold, bronze. I would have taken anything.
Something.
Anything.
But it's also impossible to tell if you got the shiny Gimmighoul raid.
Mhm.
And then I think it's normal shiny chances. Like
it's normal shiny chances and doesn't take shiny charm into account.
That's so sad.
So it's legitimately difficult as it can be to get.
Yep.
On top of it not being that different. So if you're a shiny hunter, I pray for you, but you have until July 2nd. Good luck. And this is the only way to get it, by the way. You can't find one in the wild.
It's just through the raid. Yeah, that's upsetting.
I haven't done a single one. I have a fully IV'd Gold and Go. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to do it as much as I'd like want to try. No.
Nah, it's okay. Nah. I'll pass. In other news, not really competitive news, but I want to talk about this because this was probably the best thing I saw in the trailer.
in the direct?
Yeah, in the direct.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu Returns coming out October 6th. The first time voice acting is happening in a Pokemon game. Like actual voice acting.
If it was gonna be one, this is the one to do it in.
And they gave Pikachu the best chain smoker voice.
Oh yeah, when I heard that, it was so good.
But in all honesty, I've never played the first Detective Pikachu. I have watched the movie.
Same.
I've never played the first game, but I've always heard really good things about it. That's actually a really decent game. It's not a kid's game. It's got a good story and all that. This seems like they took it over the top. They took the whole Ryan Reynolds vibe and then made it their own without paying Ryan Reynolds again. It's an exciting time. So the trailer looks really good. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go ahead, recommend that. That'll give me something to do in October, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Like, it looked good, and they did a good job, at least showing us in the trailer, of doing like Pokemon in a city doing
Pokemon things.
Just existing, right? I'm like, that's pretty neat. Because, in the wild area in Sword and Shield or just out in the wild here in Scarlet and Violet, they still just kind of have 2-ish animations, maybe 3 they cycle between.
It just man personalities like, hey, I eat sometimes and now I hop around sometimes and now I'm running at you. Yeah,
that's it. But like doing like specific things, like you saw, like one of the scenes was just a Slowpoke spewing water, and I'm like, that's such a Pokemon thing.
Or they had like a whole a Poliwag, Poliwrath, and Politoed just like singing on a stage.
Yeah,
or like some weird stuff. Yeah.
So good.
I don't know. I'm excited for that game. I think that's going to be a very wholesome game. It's going to be like, it's going to feel nice to play, especially after trying to take this game super seriously and competitively. Just like taking a step away and being able to play something cheerful and charming.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a fun time. That's going to be Mike's wedding gift. I'm just like, here's a copy of Detective Pikachu Returns. Oh, you wanted $500? No, take this copy of Pikachu Returns.
Happy wedding.
Happy wedding.
Here's a chain smoking Pikachu just for you.
Too many more. Anyway, that's Detective Pikachu. A little bit of a tangent. But now it's NAIC time.
Oh.
So me and Harrison, along with literally everyone else that takes this game seriously, will be attending NAIC. Presumably the largest Pokemon event in the history of forever.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's the registrations say so.
Yeah, assuming that people can show up and get there, this will be the largest Pokemon event ever, which I don't think I've actually fully registered in my brain yet.
Nope.
You will now be taking part of history. Congratulations.
Is this the same location where NAIC was last year?
Yes.
So like the same convention center?
It was big enough.
It was big enough. Like they... Okay, you know how like
there were bigger halls too. They might even just move us to a bigger hall.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like they had like the division on some of the halls or whatever, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
They can just open up and have more space. Sure. Okay. Neat.
Yeah, and I know you've never been to an IC before. It's
Correct.
like it's actually hosted by the Pokemon Company.
Which I'm so excited about.
The stage, like there's actual like auditorium seating. There's actually a giant stage. They raise the monitor more than 10 feet off the ground, so they're actually in the sky and you can see what's happening on the screen and you're not looking at the back of someone's head.
Amazing thing.
So it's actually a good spectator experience. Like if you've gone to a regional before and you were disappointed by the spectator experience, I wouldn't blame you.
If you went to Milwaukee and you were upset that the spectator experience was actually between and inside the VGC tables,
there were
that
rounds.
was bad.
Yeah, there were rounds where I was just listening to the casters yelling the whole time. I'm just like, okay, I have headphones on, doesn't matter. There's a loudspeaker right next to me. But yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, it's a great time. NAIC is always going to be a great time. I'm excited for how much money I'm going to spend in the Pokemon store. They made us queue. Like I didn't expect. They didn't have this last time. They were just like, yeah, there was a reservation. So like they're clearly expecting some nonsense number.
But they also like, make a reservation, and also we accept walk-ins. So like, do you like how likely are you going to be able to just walk up to the Pokemon Center? I don't know.
Because keep in mind, VG is 1,000 people.
Yeah, TCG is going to be
so huge. How much is TCG? Like 2.5?
Can we see that number, or do you have to register?
You might have to register, but I assume that typically, if there's 500 VGC players, there's usually 1,500 TCG players. It's always a 1.5 times.
Double.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or 1.5. So somewhere in that range.
Yeah,
like it's huge.
And then there'll be 4 Go players, and then there will be there's going to be Unite there too. Like we didn't spend time with Unite because Unite kind of has their own side things. Yeah, there will be a Unite stage.
They do Unite at ICs.
I think.
I thought
I
it was
could be wrong. Is it just
Worlds?
Worlds?
It was just Worlds, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. You've been to one of these. It was only a year ago.
Is only
a year ago.
Only. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. Do you know what you're bringing yet, or you still have absolutely no idea?
I'm bringing rain.
We're days away, dude.
Yes. Okay, so I
remember in Milwaukee you talking about I'm gonna practice so much for NAIC. I'm gonna have a team ready. I'm gonna practice for weeks. I'm gonna make sure I craft it. I perfect it. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Yeah, no, it didn't work that way.
I
didn't quite say those words you put in my mouth.
I might have paraphrased.
Yeah, something like that. I am still between. So I'm still on rain. I'm a one trick Ponyta, and I'm gonna hold to that and at least through NAIC. No, because I have rain teams planned for Reg D too, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, I have trick teams planned. Yeah, same.
Perfect. Right? So I'm still between Azu and Finn Rain.
I'll make your decision easy. Azumarill. It's better. I just made it harder. I'm sorry.
No. You are not the first, and you won't be the last person to tell me that.
Do you want me to convince you why?
Fairy typing.
Azumarill also outspeeds Indeedee in Trick Room. So you still get to take advantage of that in case someone sets up Trick Room against you. Because you're still slow enough to not care.
Azumarill outspeeds Indeedee in Trick Room.
Mm-hmm. So Indeedee can set Trick Room out the next turn. You're still taking the KO on it.
This coming from the hard Trick Room player.
It's annoying, yeah.
I
haven't been seeing a lot of Azumarills lately, though. I'll be entirely honest. I feel like most people have just like been running the Fluttermane, Tinglu, Gyarados, etc. team, the balance team. That's what I always see on ladder nowadays. So when people have the Gyarados, they don't really have the Azumarill on the team.
Yeah, sure.
But I think if your goal is to go in rain and hit hard and hurt, Azumarill does it a lot faster. Doesn't need to do the switchy things.
The switchy out thing obviously is the hard part about Palafin, right? Like that's its whole gimmick.
Because you can just kind of attack that spot and know that someone's gonna come in and take damage, yeah.
Right. So like, and if I probably have Iron Hands in the back or something that can theoretically take that hit, right? Like that's the plan.
things are too tanky to die to Water Terra Babyfin anymore, I think, too.
I think that's true, too. I think it's a very hard thing to convince. So, like, Life Orb, Terra Water, Azu does hit like a truck.
I think you should do Assault Vest, but that's my opinion.
Ooh, you think so?
I think Assault Vest with Terra Blast and Grass Terra is actually not awful. Like, do you need to hurt more when you're in the rain already? So you do like...
be convinced. Hold on.
You can literally do Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Play Rough, Terra Blast, and then Assault Vest it with Grass Terra.
I will make that team when I wake up tomorrow morning. And then try it out tomorrow night. That's not bad actually. That might actually be enough to convince me to switch over, because that's.
I know you're a Grass Palafin player, so I'm
a
kind of
Grass
manipulating
Palafin.
you.
Yes,
yeah,
you are. We were just talking about Terra Blast Grass Palafin actually.
I still think that's the best version of Palafin.
With Terra Blast.
Oh no, not Terra Blast. That's
okay,
wild.
I was gonna say. I was like, are you? Right, did you hear what I said?
No, I heard some of what you said. I heard Grass.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like Grass. I think Grass is the best version of Palafin. I agree.
Mm.
Terra, Grass, Azu, I haven't really thought of, because I just thought that if I have the extra damage with Terra Water, then I'm doing more and making up for not being hero form Azumarill.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So
the thing that I find with and this is coming from a Trick Room player that was using Fire Terra on Torkel for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently switched to Grass Terra. I've found that yes, you can have same type Terras, and there are certain Pokemon that want to have the same type Terras, but in open team sheet, if you could just add that little seed of doubt in your opponent's mind, just give that little seed of doubt. That could be the turn that wins or loses you the game.
That's a fair point.
It's like, okay, I see this Azumarill with Water Terra. I know that I can hit a Flutter Mane Thunderbolt on it 100% of the time and be okay.
Right.
But if you see an Azumarill with a Grass Terra on it, now you're like, there is a world where this Thunderbolt doesn't do enough.
Does nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when I switched over to Torkel. Grass Terra Torkel with Solar Beam. Specifically for Ting Luz, I 3-hit KO Ting Luz, and Ting Luz can't touch me in return because I'm a Torkel and I'm a Grass type. So that was the whole reason behind it. It's like, there is a world.
That's still 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, yeah. On Ting Luz, that makes sense. Never mind. Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Ting Luz thick. It's hard.
Yep.
But
so actually, that's pretty good.
But Ting Luz can throw anything it wants at you. It's not doing damage to you because you have like base 100 plus defense on the Torkel. Torkel's so tanky.
The only thing is Ruination.
Yeah,
right. Because that doesn't care. But that only goes so far too. So.
Yeah, if you're wasting your time doing Ruination, I'm hitting you with my Hariyama. I'm bringing Flesh Hands, by the way.
Right, so you have your Trick Room team already set up for NAIC?
Yes. I'm a lot more.
Oh, you're streaming tomorrow morning, so I hope so, yes.
I'm streaming yesterday morning, but yes.
Sorry.
This goes out Wednesday.
That's how time works.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning.
You can watch the VOD on YouTube if you guys are listening this far into the podcast.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm running a Hariyama team, running Guts, I'm running Rock Terra Hariyama, which I think is really interesting. With also Wide Guard.
Okay.
Because I think there is so much spread moves that no one is paying attention to right now. Wide Guard can help me a lot for that. There's also everyone's favorite way to stop Trick Room and stop Redirection in DD. It's to just like lead with double spread moves. So you can just bring the Hariyama and be like, no. Stop.
No.
So the team is, I got Indeedee, Hat, obviously, Hard Trick Room.
Right, yes.
Torkel.
Sure.
Hariyama.
Okay.
Oranguru, and King Gambit. It's a scary team. I like it a lot.
That is a scary team. Guts Hariyama, right?
Oh, yeah. Guts Flame Orb.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are wondering, hey, why don't you just stick Iron Hands on it? I tried. Nah, Guts.
Yeah.
Guts Harry does so much more. And the thing with Trick Room is that although Iron Hands will live more turns, you don't need to live more turns. You need to end the game fast. Like, I think that it's crazy because no one expects Trick Room. Everyone thinks Trick Room and they think, oh, slow Pokemon. But these slow Pokemon gotta end the game fast, because if they don't, they're lose.
Slow Pokemon, but they need to finish fast with all that, right? Trick Room doesn't last that long.
Nah. Only 4 turns, which is wild. I think it should be a little bit more, but hey, Game Freak.
Yeah, coming from a hard Trick Room player, sure.
Listen, I just can't wait till I have Ursaluna on my team, man. Ursaluna and Cresselia? Dude, it's over. And even Hisui and Lilligant, even that thing goes nuts.
I wanna play with that too.
It gets Solar Blade too.
Yes, I saw that.
So good. It's so good. It was a really good team that Len VGC made. I had a great time with that on the channel. But yeah, Kevin's playing hard Trick Room. Shocker. I'm sorry, guys. And you guys may be wondering, Kevin, do you expect to win NAIC with hard Trick Room? No, but I expect to do as good as I would with any other team. Or better. I think.
I would say hopefully better.
No. I think you got to go comfort, man. Like, you can give me a balance team or a basic balance team with like Tinglu and friends. I'll do okay, but I won't know what's happening.
Right.
With this, I have all my matchups like decided. I have Bruno, who is my personal calculator, sends me damage calcs like at 2 a.m. of just like a whole list of Pokemon that can take hits and can live hits or can't live hits and can one shot. So I know all my matchups. I know all my Terra types. Everything's in the right place. It's just a matter of, can I out Pokemon my opponent?
Sure.
And also, I won't get flitched this time.
Did you put the right items on the right Pokemon this time?
No.
Oh, I guess it's a wide guard.
I have Oranguru. Inner focus. Can't flinch me.
Oh, right.
I went there.
Good point. Wait, so you have 3 Trick Rooms on your team?
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
play.
That tracks.
I don't mess. Listen, my 4 turns are up, but here's another one.
That works. Double Trick Room. I like it.
And you could do that too. Like your last turn Trick Room, you double Trick Room too. You have more options of having that up.
That's true.
King Gambit I like to use against Tinglus specifically because it's Flying Terra, and then they can't touch you.
I see.
I probably shouldn't say this on the podcast. The one Pokemon,
I was gonna actually say you're giving a lot of tech away for.
It's open team sheet, man.
That's true.
Yeah, they're gonna know. Like, fine. Unless they don't know how to read. That's the only thing I have to hope for. They don't know how to read. They could only listen to this podcast specifically.
Just fold down the English portion of the open team sheet and like say, "Oh, I thought you could read Korean." Here you go.
Just accidentally drop the first half of the team sheet in the toilet. Just be like, technically, it's still legible.
Okay, but like people, I think do that because I've seen some bad team sheets.
I've seen some team sheets that look like, oh, you stuffed this down your pants before this round.
Yeah.
And then you handed it to me.
Or like, I don't have a piece of paper. Like, I'm going to crumple it up and put it in my backpack and then uncrumple it and be like, here you go. Hope you can read it. And I'm like, I can't.
I mean, I was listening to the Game Corner and I was listening to like...
who are those? Who are them? Anyway.
Some guys on the internet.
Yeah.
I was listening to Mocha say that he actually like looks at his opponents and like judges their decision by how long they take to lock in and stuff. And I'm just like, man, I want to take Mocha outside and show him what grass is. I love you, man. But like, dang, son.
It's a competitive game.
I get it.
These are competitive advantages.
I just can't do it.
And if you can read your opponent, which like, it makes sense. There are some instances where like you can watch your opponent or like out of the corner of your eye see some things. I'm like, oh, okay. Or again at Milwaukee, I think one of my opponents was actually just narrating everything that he was doing, which is great for me. But like different things work for different people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I find it difficult to do that just because I'm also sitting there like focused on. What should I actually do with my 45 seconds? I should actually use more of it though, because I am the kind of person that is just going to be like click, 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 locked in. Because I'm already during the turn, I'm already thinking about the next 4, so I just do it. But I should probably take more time to think about it. Like, hold on,
Give me a second. And that's why I suck on Showdown so much. I play so much worse on Showdown than Cart.
Because you just click in, lock in, and then
regret it later. That's literally what it is. At least,
but that's what Showdown teaches you that though, because of how their interface works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it's a bad habit.
It's
a really bad habit.
I agree.
So by practicing, you can build bad habits. But when I'm playing on Cart, you have the whole move animations to think. You have the whole timer right in your face, 45-second timer. It's a lot less of a timer, but that move animation does give you that time to think in between your turns. It's a lot more scary in the sense that once you lock in, you lock in. Showdown gives you the option of changing your mind, which is bad habit.
It is 100%. I am also the person who has lost games or turns and then subsequently lost games to, I did not lock in my moves in 45 seconds because you take too much time. I take too much time. I was thinking that was my big thing in Orlando, right? First tournament too. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That's 45 seconds of what am I doing? I did something, but it wasn't my choice. So
you are the kind of person that actually needs to arrange their moves in the right place.
No, I mean it would help, but
it would have helped.
Well, for the timeout, yeah, actually, sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If you really want to be safe, just put protect on every first slot, and you'll be okay.
Unless do that 2 turns in a row, then I'm just.
Oh, then that's your fault. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, then I'm just bad. It's a fair point. Maybe I'll do that for NAIC. Is actually like think that far ahead before I'm sitting down in front of my opponent.
I don't actually do that. That's my one thing that I'm pretty sure triggers people online, especially when I release my own rental codes, is that like my moves are all over the place.
Sure.
There are some people that are like, okay, you have to have stabs in the first 2 spots, then you have to have protect in the last spot, then you have to have status move in the 3rd spot. Like some weird stuff. Like they have like a mental image of where things should be. The map
of where it should go. Yeah, I've seen that. And I do that sometimes because I do like to have protect last for some reason. Like when I'm making things on Showdown, like that's the order I'll put them in. But I don't know. It doesn't bother me to see it not that way, but if I'm typing things out, that's probably the order I think of it in.
See, I just live in chaos, I guess. I don't know.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
It's whatever comes to my brain first goes on the Showdown pace first. It's like, okay. Behemoth blade.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's going to be the first time that I think we're all together as an actual like friend group for the most part. Oh no, we're missing Loopy.
We're missing Loop. And then Berm.
Oh yeah,
from
Berm was adopted into the friend group this last in Hartford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is we're getting too many friends now. But this is the biggest group. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, this is the biggest one, right? NAIC will be the biggest group.
We got
in
an
the
8-person Airbnb for wondering what we're talking about right now, but it's the end of the podcast. You get a little bit of a preach here at the end.
Post-reach? Post?
It's post-game, baby.
Post-game.
It's the original.
Actually, that is the original.
This is the peach.
A long time ago, I meant to say this during the preach. A long time ago.
Patreon.com/Pokésports.
There it is. Y'all were joking that like I wonder if there's audience, like our audience members, who only listen to the preach and not the podcast.
Oh yeah,
that was me for a little bit.
Yeah?
I actually enjoyed the
podcast. Was too long.
Yeah, I enjoyed the preach more than the podcast.
That's where
now I haven't listened to a preach in so long.
So now you're the other way around, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like the Patreon app, so I just have like Spotify or whatever, and I have a bunch of podcasts I go through. Anyway, that's off topic. I forget what I was saying before this. Oh no.
We were talking about moves.
Nope, there's some but after moves.
NAIC
Airbnb,
people,
yeah. So we have the biggest group that we've had this season, I think.
At the biggest tournament, yeah.
At the biggest tournament. An 8-person Airbnb. It's gonna be chaos.
It's gonna be an absolute blast. So me and Mike, I don't know if he wants me to spoil this or not. I won't spoil who we're gonna be chatting with, but we are.
I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah, you can. Are you gonna be there when we have it?
I will not be.
Because like you guys could always just like hang out and sit in the studio while we do it. I don't think I actually care. I don't think Mike actually cares either. So we're going to be doing a live podcast with, I can't say, but it's another podcaster in the Pokemon space. You guys probably heard of them. So we're going to be doing a live podcast in Ohio. That's going to be on Thursday that we do that. So we're going to have a little bit of time where we're not together with the group, which is going to feel weird, but we'll make sure to come together for dinner.
Yeah, because like I'm flying in Thursday afternoon, which I think that coincides for when y'all have your thing.
We're doing our thing at 7 on Thursday.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So maybe I will
PM.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might. Depending on how things go, I might sit in the studio because that'd be just cool to watch and just see the studio. Which means spoilers. It's not with the Game Corner.
Nah, you got your time this
oh yeah, that's
today.
what this is.
That's what this is. We'll do it twice in a row. That'd be funny.
That would be really funny. This is just paying back since Mike was on the Game Corner a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that is true. So if you guys want to see Mike, you can go watch the Game Corner episode with Mike and Harris.
there's the missing piece there, right?
Yeah. We just two sides of the same coin. You get Pokésports with a different flavor every time. Anyway, that sounds like a podcast to me. It's been about an hour. It's currently 1:33 in the morning. I'm
so tired.
Harrison
Let's go.
You still got to send all this to Mike. Anyway, he's so sad.
Oh, I do.
He'll edit it. You just got to stick it all in a drive. It'll be fine.
Can I give this to Mike tomorrow morning?
Anyway, I have no idea what the question is this week. But we will address questions, if not next week, the week after. So make sure to answer Mike's question on Spotify, whatever he decides to make it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this very derailed episode of Pokésports. Harrison, where can people find you?
People can find me personally, Ro_Ixon on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. But the Game Corner you can find at GameCornerVGC on Twitter and GameCornerVGC on YouTube as well.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
That
Hopefully,
right.
It's not like it's named after a thing in a game or anything.
You say that every opportunity you get. You're like, ha ha ha. You picked your name on a place in the games.
I don't know why. I just like making fun of you for it. Anyway, if you guys haven't listened to the Game Corner podcast, highly recommend it. I actually do listen to it. And it's not just because Harrison is my friend. It's because it's actually enjoyable, and I enjoy listening to competitive Pokemon. So if you enjoy Pokésports, probably will enjoy the Game Corner too, our sister podcast. Anyway, I'm Kevin, this is Pokésports.
We're your sister podcast?
You might as well be, right?
I mean, we spawned off of you, so...
Yeah, I mean, I own 5%, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast, and we'll see you again next week for some more Pokésports. Bye.
Bye.